Here are 5 things from the GTA Online weekly update that you do not want to miss out on before March 5th. This weekly update had so many different things in terms of different bonuses, discounts, a ton of free cars, and much more. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's dive into the video. To begin with, we do have a free cash reward, and this is actually really simple to take advantage of. All that you will have to do to get this before March 5th is watch any top Japanese streamer take on the races made by Japanese creators in the community race series. So very similar to a Twitch drop sort of thing. If any of you guys have experienced this before, when you have watched a certain amount of this, you will get that $500,000 probably within 72 hours. That is something Rockstar love to do. Alongside that, you will also unlock the samurai livery for the Dinka Blister Kanjo. If you already have a Dinka Blister Kanjo, it is probably recommended to do this. This is what the livery will look like also. Maybe slightly basic, but I am sure that you will be able to change the colours and make this livery pop out. After this, we have arguably the biggest section of this entire weekly update. It was the Drift Week bonuses, and in my opinion, this just makes the event week so good. The first bonus we got was to complete a drift race in the Anis Euros. If you do that successfully, you will receive the Manga Classic livery within 72 hours. Compared to the last livery that we just looked at, this one is, at least in my opinion, much better. At least it has some sort of graphic elements to it, and also just completing a drift race should be really straightforward. If you do not receive this within 72 hours, I would recommend getting in touch with Rockstar support. After that, if you guys completed any auto shop robbery contract this week, you would receive $300,000. Again, within 72 hours of completion. The reason this one is so good is because you guys can just run the Union Depository contract from your auto shop, making between $270,000 to $300,000 from that, and then getting that additional $300,000 for completing it. But just remember, it does not have to be the Union Depository contract solely, it can be any of them. If you already do have that auto shop, that is something you definitely want to do. Another bonus is a triple money and RP on drift races, or a 6x bonus for GTA Plus members. So you can sort of pair the first Drift Week bonus with these drift races and their separate bonuses. And if you guys of course have GTA Plus, that massive 6x payout instead should be extremely nice. And of course, drift races will be much better if you have your own personal drift vehicle with the drift tuning upgrade installed. There is also a 5x LS car meet reputation, so hopefully you guys have been taking advantage of this as well. Extremely good if you want to climb the levels in the LS car meet and unlock some different clothing items and stuff, because without some sort of bonus, it can take such a long time. A 4x bonus on the exotic exports is next. If you guys like hunting these things down, it is probably worth completing a list or two over the next few days before this event refreshes. Just remember, you can find the list or the exotic exports board inside your auto shop. By far the best bonus in my opinion was the double money on the weed sell missions, because not only is it on the weed sell missions, it is also on the nightclub's organic produce, so potentially making you just that little bit more cash if you guys have a nightclub as well. And of course, with the weed sell missions, if you guys already do have a car wash business and the smoke on the water shop, you will get a permanent 35% sell bonus. And nowadays in GTA Online, that bonus is honestly quite huge. It really does add up. I mean, even with this amount of stock that I have in the video, you'll see I can make just over $500,000 from that, which is genuinely great. The final bonus from the Drift Week was a double money and RP on the Sumo Remix Adversary mode. I definitely think that this is probably the worst bonus, but then again, I also think it comes down to what you guys prefer to do. For me at least, the weed sell missions are my go-to choice. If I was going to suggest playing one thing first, it would probably be the auto shop robbery contract, get that completed and done, and then move on to either things like drift races or the weed sell missions. At this point in the video, we do have a last chance sort of thing. It was the Lunar New Year celebrations. So you want to make sure that you do these things before March 5th. Of course, we had that login unlock. I'm sure most of you guys already have this. There was a triple money and RP on the Lunar New Year stunt races. Also having that 6x bonus for GTA Plus members. Extremely nice. Pairing that with the drift races this week should be able to make you a really good amount of money. This will be your last chance to collect the Yuan Bao collectibles. As usual with collectibles in GTA Online, one of the simplest ways to find them is use a website like GTA Lens or GTA EU, type Yuan Bao in and they will show on the map. I think this section is probably the most important one because we do have so many different options in terms of free cars. I want to start off with the basic two, which are pretty much standard for each event week. It will be the Casino Podium Vehicle and the LS Car Meet Prize Ride. This week in GTA Online, the Casino Podium Vehicle is the Benefactor Sterling GT. If you are yet to win this on the Lucky Wheel, you definitely want to make sure that you get it, and there's multiple ways to do that. I believe one of the simplest ways is spin the Lucky Wheel, and if you notice it is not going to land on the free car, you can completely close your GTA application, load back up and spin it again, and keep repeating that. As far as I'm aware, that still does work. So yeah, if you guys want the Sterling GT, or you just want another Sterling GT, if you already have one, make sure that you get it. It can also have the HSW upgrades. The LS Car Meet Prize Ride this week was the Fathom FR36. To get this one, you needed to place top 3 in the LS Car Meet series for 4 days in a row. So a bit more of a longer challenge in terms of the last 2 event weeks. I would still recommend trying to get it if you can. At the time of this video going up, you might just have a few more days left, so hopefully you have been already doing this. For some more free vehicles, we have the Drift Walton L35. You will be able to get this for completely free on the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website, and the second free vehicle is also on the same website called the Dinko Blister Kanja. A really nice throwback to the start of this video with that completely free livery. You can have this free vehicle and the livery if you do both of these things. There is one more free vehicle, or technically free vehicle, that I just want to include here, and it will be a salvageable claimable vehicle. We finally have got one again. This one is called the Penumbra FF, and it will also have the LS Car Meet vanity plate. So yeah, in terms of free vehicles, you really cannot go wrong this week. I think the best one just has to be the Sterling GT, with the HSW upgrade potential and also a missile lock-on jammer, and overall just how it looks. It is still such a great car. In this final section, we of course have our discounts. I think they are just the most useful thing out of the rest of this week. First up, we had a massive 40% off the weed farm businesses, including its upgrades. So this week was an incredible time to pick one up and even make that money back in no time at all. Even just simply upgrading your weed farm completely, just that massive 40% off is always so nice. And then in terms of standard discounts, we had a 30% off the drift tuning upgrades and all of these vehicles. The drift tuning upgrades will be really fun to mess around with for the rest of this event if you have not been doing it already. There is even some good drift tunable cars there, for example the Fathom FR36, Jester RR, the Kavos V6, I believe also the Futo and the Cheburek, and the Gauntlet Hellfire. I think my favourite vehicle there is probably the Jester RR if we are not taking into consideration the drift tuning. I love the Jester RR and how it performs, extremely nice. The last discounts are at the gun van. You can find a 50% off the precision rifle and a 30% off for GTA Plus members on a stun gun. So in total, I really do think this event week is really solid. Just having all of these drift week bonuses probably makes this event week much better than it should be. And then, of course, the free cars. There is so many to choose from, especially if you include the Salvage Yard Robbery car, which is currently claimable. In your opinion, what is your favorite thing this week, or even the most essential thing to complete first? Make sure that you leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If I was going to narrow this down to one thing in particular, it would just be the Weed Farm double money bonus and also the Weed Farm's discount. That 40% off is really nice. And then in second place, I would probably go for either the free cars, or if you guys do have GTA Plus, maybe the drift races, paying out that 6 times money. Probably really closely followed by the Auto Shop Robbery contract, completing any one of them once this week and getting $300,000 for doing that. But yeah guys, that will really round it up for this video, going through the best things this week from the GTA Online weekly update. Remember, this will refresh on March 5th, so you have some limited time left, at least a good 3 or 4 days left, so make sure that you do not miss out. If you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, leave a like on this video, I always do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.